Hey everybody, Travis here at MUDDcreek.com. Today I want to do a review of the Mountain House granola with milk and blueberries. So this is one of their breakfast meals. And, you know, I actually like this one quite a bit. I took this, we were doing a hiking trip as a family with some friends up in the Sawtooth Mountains. That's here in Idaho. That's in Sun Valley, Idaho, which is kind of a, you know, it's kind of a ritzy place where you know, a lot of people like to go. It's just a beautiful outdoor place. It's great skiing and things like that. But there's, it's just outside of Sun Valley, I should say. But anyway, I took this up there on the trail, and I wasn't expecting much because, you know, with like dehydrated milk or things like that, like I just didn't expect it to taste that well. And it ended up tasting pretty dang good to me. So something to keep in mind. I enjoyed it, and I'll open it up here. The good thing about this doesn't require any hot water. So, you know, first thing in the morning, unless it's cold or something like that and you want something hot, but sometimes you're not in the mood to cook. And so the great thing about this is you can just grab a bottle of water and go ahead and just add it to it. And that's all you need, you know, and throw some water in it and you're good to go. Or you know, if you have your canteen or like an Nalgene bottle or something like that, dump it in there and you're good to go. But so let me give you some quick specs on this. It's 4 ounces, so that's the pack weight. So you know how much it's going to weigh in your backpack. 7 inches by, oh, just under 8.5. I just called 8.5, and then it's about 2 inches. And you can scrunch that down. I mean, literally you get that down to probably about an inch. So, you know, these will lay pretty flat. Just to give you a little idea there. So, I mean, you can stagger them and pack them in your pack if you want, you know, depending on how many breakfast meals you're going to do. You know, you can take those with you. It's actually not a bad little snack, too, just to kind of give you some quick carbohydrates and some, you know, sugars and things like that. But let me just tell you what we've got here as far as ingredients go. And you can, if you want to read this a little bit more in detail, you know, we've got it on our website at MUDDcreek.com. Or you can pause it right here and read up a little bit more if you like. But total calories, so there's 2 servings per container here. So calories per serving are 260 calories. Realistically, you're probably going to eat this by yourself. You know, 500 calories might be a little much for a normal breakfast, but at the same time, you know, if you're up hiking and stuff like that, you need to replenish some of those calories. So realistically, you might as well just count this. That's the only thing, maybe you know, one of the cons sometimes with some of these, you know, Mountain House isn't the only one that does it, but a lot of these pouch manufacturers that do these freeze-dried pouches or dehydrated food pouches is, you know, I mean, that goes without saying with any food, but I mean, the calories probably, or the servings per container aren't necessarily very realistic sometimes, depending on, you know, your size. So, you know, for me, I'm a big guy. I'm probably going to eat this whole thing. If you're, you know, a smaller person or, you know, don't eat a lot, you know, you might be able to split this with somebody else or eat like 3/4 of it. So keep that in mind. But total fat's 10 grams, carbohydrates 36 grams, so a decent amount of carbohydrates there, and 8 grams, 11 grams of sugar, but 8 grams of protein. So, you know, it does contain soy milk, wheat, coconut, so things to think about if you have any allergies. But here's the full ingredients. If you want, you can pause it there and read it, or like I said, you can go to our website at MUDDcreek.com. Let's go ahead. Instructions here. This is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to open the pouch, take out the oxygen absorber as usual. Like I said, I tend to forget that sometimes. Don't forget, that's an important part, so pay attention to that. One of the notes here, it does say if you want to use, so if you add a half a cup of water, that's all you need. But if you want thicker granola, that kind of is the thing about any of these Mountain House things, is if you want something a little thicker, less runny, I mean, don't be afraid to add less water. If you want to start with a 1/4 cup, see if that's about where you like it, and then go from there. For today's demonstration or purposes, we're going to go ahead and add what they ask, just to keep it, you know, keep it true to what they're suggesting, so you can see it from that perspective. But you can pretty much do it however you want. Cool thing, you don't really have to let this thing wait either. So compared to like a dinner or a hot meal, you just mix it in. So you add the water and mix it up, and that's pretty much it. So it just says stir thoroughly to wet all ingredients, and you can eat it right out of the pouch. We're going to dump it into a bowl, just so, you know, sometimes hard to see in these pouches how it looks, but we'll dump it in a bowl. So let's go ahead and tear this open here so you can see it. Let me just pull the tab off here and go ahead and take a look. So that's what it looks like with you know, without any water or anything in it. So we'll go ahead and get that oxygen absorber out of here. You can shake off some of the flavor so you don't get that knocking stuff over here. So you don't get that. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside here. Threw the oxygen absorber away, and you know, so that's what we've got. And so we're going to go ahead and add some water to that and mix it up. It asks for a half a cup, and that's what we will do. So I've got, you know, I'm just using my pot here. A lot of these pots, you know, like cooking pots, have graduated marks on them to tell you how much it has. So 8 ounces is a full cup. So we're gonna do a little guesstimation here, just looking. So that's about a half a cup. So this only has the ounce marks on it, so I'm going about half that. And we'll go ahead and see what we have here. So seal this up. One thing you can do is, if you like, you can even just you probably shake it up to some extent if you want to seal it up and shake it like this, you know, and mix it up like that. You know, they suggest to just mix it up with a spoon, which we'll do that as well here, but to kind of really get it mixed up good, and we'll just take a look at it, and if it looks like it needs a little more water, add some more water. I mean, it's like making pancakes or something like that. Just see what it needs and take care of business. So, okay, so that's essentially what it looks like on the inside. We'll go ahead and let's dump this into a bowl, and we'll show you what we've got. So, I mean, it definitely has got some purple look to it, just with the blueberries, so it kind of dyes it purple right off the bat. Let me get this all out here. It's spilling already. Okay, so that's essentially all of it right there. So, you know, I probably, if I was going to do this again, I'd probably add a little less, clean this up here, probably do a little less water maybe, you know, for me, but that's not bad. So you can see, I mean, the granola kind of sinks to the bottom, but, you know, one criticism maybe, I'd like a little more granola, but, you know, it's definitely, blueberries to granola seems a little much maybe, but that's just me. I'm not a huge blueberry guy, but, you know, it tastes pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. You know, it's much like I remembered it. It tastes really good. My water was a little lukewarm. So one suggestion is, if you got cold water, it's going to taste a little bit better. But, you know, it tastes just like granola out of the box to me. Blueberries, you know, it's actually not as blueberry as you might think as far as flavor. Definitely there, but, you know, these are real blueberries. They're not like some fake imitation blueberry. So, I mean, they taste more like a, you know, just depending on the season of the blueberry. Sometimes blueberries aren't necessarily that sweet. So, to me, it doesn't taste like there's a lot of artificial sugar in there, which is good, you know, but if you like the sugary cereals, you may not like it as much, but to me, it tastes really good. I like it, so I have no complaints. We'll go ahead and have another bite here, but yeah, there's quite a bit of granola in there. So, you know, granola, as I talk with my mouth full, but granola tends to, anyway, I mean, you get a lot more calories from it, just the nature of it, a lot more carbohydrates. So the serving size, you know, may not look like a whole lot, but you're still getting those calories. So if I eat this whole thing, like I said before, I'm getting about 520 calories, and that's quite a bit. So something to think about. I like it. I think it tastes really good. You know, is it the best cereal I've ever had in my life? No. But to me, it tastes really good, so I have no complaints. So come check us out at muddcreek.com. Hope that helped you get an idea what it looks like.